Hey guys, the gig is up. I'm not the real Jesus. As a matter of fact, the fella's name wasn't even Jesus. He had a Hebrew name. There wasn't a letter J until a few hundred years ago. With that being said, I have fooled the whole world into the biggest sham of all time. The name and identity of the real fella has been taken over by me. There are thousands of paintings of Jesus and they don't even come close. Jesus was the creation of the Roman Catholic Church, which served to replace the real fella who probably looked more like Morgan Freeman. But who cares? The truth doesn't matter as long as you pay your tithes. Hey, did you know that Pope Alexander VI commissioned Leonardo da Vinci to reinvent Jesus in the image of his own beloved son, Cesare Borgia? He felt that the Vatican needed a makeover because the real fella wasn't too appealing to the general public. So, voila, here I am, the modern version of the fake Jesus. Got you again. You saw me. I actually came clean and told you that I wasn't the real Jesus. I also told you that I was created to make certain populations happy and comfortable. Well, I am glad to see that many of you are loyal and enjoy strong delusions and still want me as your savior. Wow, what idiots.
This is the man that they're calling Christ. But this is not the real form of Christ. Christ is not some white man with blue eyes and blonde hair. This is what's keeping African people ignorant, spiritually blind, living in a state of spiritual darkness because they are looking at a white man with blue eyes, blonde hair, and saying he's the Son of God. If you're saying that this man is the Son of God, and he looks like the way he looks, and then you look at yourself and all of your melanin, rich, beautiful, dark skin, in the mirror you look at yourself and you say, if that's God, and that's the Son of God, and the Son of God looks like that, and I'm like this, then what am I? Satan? That's what you may be thinking. You may say, no, I don't think like that. I thought like that when I was a child, when I was 8 years old. I said, hold on, if that is God, and God is white, and I look like this, I don't look like God, then what am I? Of course, I didn't say, am I Satan? I just said, what am I? Many children around the world are thinking the same thing, African children around the world, or melanated children as well around the world, who worship the image of Christ as white. What is this doing to the mind? It's creating a form of self-hatred, an inferiority complex that is causing these children to not reach their highest potential, who they're meant to be in this life. So many Africans have come and gone being destroyed by this image of God. Destroyed by this image of God. Living a life of deep self-hatred because God was made in the image of their conquerors. Do you know the image of, do you know how Christ really looks like? And of course you do not. You don't know. And anytime someone asks, it tells you, well, the skin color doesn't matter. If the skin color doesn't matter, then remove this image of Cesare Borgia. Remove this image. Take it out of here if it doesn't matter. But they're only telling you that. One, especially the Africans, they're only telling you that because they really don't know what to do. They have so much fear. Fear of the afterlife, fear of the unknown, not knowing where they're going to go. That's what it boils down to. They have fear of the unknown. They're afraid to die and what happens after death. So they say, no, it doesn't matter. Your ancestors didn't say that. Your ancestors were intelligent. They created God in their image. All the great pictures of the gods, the goddesses, they created them in their image. Very brilliant people. They did not create God in the image of that which did not look like them. All intelligent people, doesn't matter what your so-called race is or your lineage is, you created God in your image. So it does matter. And for the Caucasians who say, oh no, It doesn't matter what the image of God is or Christ is. It doesn't matter. Then why don't you remove the image of Christ that you have here, Cesare Borgia? Remove that image. Oh, you don't want to move it. You don't want to move it because you want to control people. You want to control the autochthonous people of the planet. That's why you don't want to remove it. This is what it boils down to, control. That's what it boils down to. You see, if you see God as some white man with a long beard, blue eyes, blonde hair, if you see God in that image, and then you go around walking around and you're looking at white people, it's easy for white people to conquer you, conquer your countries, because you see them as God, and you see yourself as the devil. You see yourself as the devil, as Satan, because you don't look like God. You understand? That's how it's easy for African people now in this day and age to continue to be colonized. Neo-colonialism, because they're suffering from spiritual darkness. They're suffering from a deep inferiority complex, deep self-hatred, hating themselves. On light code lockdown, because you're practicing the traditions of your conquerors, the religion of your conquerors, and not that of your ancestors. But a new day is emerging where the children who are returning, these crystal children, these star seeds, these enlightened beings are coming and they're telling us, look, move along. We don't have time for your political correctness. We don't have time for the games that you're going to play. We don't have time for your Cesare Borgias. None of that. We are coming to awaken our third eyes. We are coming for enlightenment. They're coming for all of this, to return back to the spiritual systems of our ancestors. That's what they're coming to do. So Africa, it's time to wake up. Return back to the spiritual systems of your ancestors, and take out white Jesus. Take off white Jesus from your walls, your churches. Take it off. You're spiritually killing yourself when you do this. You're spiritually killing yourself. Understand, understand, and overstand. The only way for true liberation and freedom to happen in Africa and to all melanated people in the world is for us to return back to our spiritual systems and to remove this veil, this illusion of what God is. Once we remove that illusion, we free ourselves. The true self, your true self, is asking you to get out of the way. Deprogram yourself, deprogram your mind from this programming that has been imposed on you, imposed on your ancestors. Your true self is saying, remove it so I can flower into what I am and what I need to become. So I can become the beautiful flower that'll help you and help the world as a whole. You understand? So always remember, ignorance is not bliss. Bliss is enlightenment. So radiate the eternal bliss of 1,000 suns, eternally blissful. Thank you.